But anywho, man, let's tap into this here first topic, which is the NFL schedule release, ladies and gents. Like I said, man, happening tonight, man, in prime time. I believe 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when we are going to officially get the rollout. I know that there has already been, different games that have been officially released. And then we obviously have the leak crowd. And yeah, I'm anti-leak in all capacities, especially with the way these court cases are going on right now. If you know, you know. All right, so yeah, I don't like the leak. I don't want to keep all that away. All right, so I know some people gonna be over here to chat. Hey, hold on, we got this team on this week and that one. It's like, hey, that's cool. I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna just wait till it's official. You keep your leak to yourself, pretty please. All right, keep your leak to yourself. But but with that being the case, though, man, the big one that we do know officially is when we are going to be having our international game in Dublin, Ohio, and Dublin, Ireland, excuse me on that. And more importantly, who the opponent will be. There was a lot of speculation about the teams and when the game could take place, but we officially have it. It will be week 4, September 28th versus the Minnesota Vikings. Shout out to everybody that's been in here too, hollering about Lizzo, right? Every time we call TG, man, at least up until these past couple of months, you're like, bro, did Lizzo eat you? Are you sitting under Lizzo? Like, bro, why you sound like this sometimes? So it is kind of funny, man, that full circle, man. Lizzo's been a part of the shows, the chats. It's been a part of that for a while now. And now we getting a chance to go ahead and face them good old Minnesota Vikings overseas, man. Big opportunity, though, man. Big opportunity for multiple reasons, man. You heard Coach Tomlin, man, when he briefly spoke on the announcement. He was talking about just the chance to introduce American football to somewhere outside of U.S. soil, man, when you just think about that, right? And most of us, man, for me, I know I started playing as a little guy, man, 4 years old, right? So it's like you think, man, this type of game that you started playing at that age group at somebody's park with potholes, who knows what else out there, right? And now you elevate to the stage where now, man, they're choosing your team and they're choosing you as one of the representatives to go over and introduce this game that we love, that it brings all of us out here for, takes us over, over to a foreign country. We get a chance to build relationships, man, because that's what the game of football is. That's why I'm such a big fan of sports in general, but specifically football, because the team nature of it. It's more inclusive, right? We talk about fans coming from all walks of life, black, brown, white, red, doesn't matter what your complexion is, doesn't matter what your religion is, your financial status. Man, if you love this team, you love this team. And we can all attest to anybody that's traveled in the airport, right? You got your black and gold on. You see somebody, we say, go still. Hey, all right, here we go. All right, come on now. You know what I mean? It's always something positive. It's always some type of just good energy. And you don't even have to know this person. And it's only, or is largely due to the fact that we have a common interest in sporting teams. So when we think about the opportunity for these guys to get out there, man, play overseas, man, it's dope. And for it to be the first time in Ireland. And then when you think about the Steelers connection to Ireland, I think that it's just, beautiful in that context. But now when you're talking about the opponent, I'm glad we actually got somebody that is going to matter. The Minnesota Vikings, obviously, we know last year with Sam Darnold, they were a win away from being the 1 seed overall in the NFC. Right. We know they can score points. They got 2 insanely talented receivers, specifically Justin Jefferson. But we know Jordan Addison as well, man. With both of those dudes, man, those are guys that can fill it up a little bit, right? Fill up the stat sheet. You got J.J. McCarthy, hopefully his first full season, if he's able to, be healthy out here this year. Super excited about that, man. And then, what if Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback? What if Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback? Hold on now. It could get even more interesting, even more fun in that regard. Why? Well, because he actually was trying to sign with them at one point, and there's records that he was willing to take less to go mentor J.J. McCarthy. All right. And they said, no, we're cool on you. We know that he used to be in that division, play the Vikings twice a year. Obviously, we know how the Brett Favre element, man, was when he ended up in Minnesota. So it would be a super cool storyline on top of it if Aaron Rodgers does decide to play this year, and more importantly, play for the black and gold. I think that would be just something else that's going to have us like, oh, man, this is nice. Now, granted, the game is at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so Oh, Steelers girl 808. Woof, that you are Hawaii, so I can only imagine if it's 9 a.m. for us. Yeah. Whoo cha. Whoo cha. But either way, man, it's gonna be an absolute vibe out there. So like I said, I'm excited about it, man. The game will be at Croke Park. All right, shout out to Croke Park. Supposed to be rugby and concerts, I think it is, but get some real American football going on out there, man. So I'm excited to see it. And I got to see, man, I'm sure right now y'all don't know who's going out there just yet, but man, y'all let me know if y'all hitting it. If y'all gonna hit Ireland up, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I might have to talk the missus into taking a trip. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, I could talk the missus into it. All right. Hey, I'm always down for a little September getaway. Go hit Ireland for a couple days too. All right. But shout out, man. But like I said, man, definitely liking that part for the black and gold. Definitely excited about that game. And like I said, that's just the tip of the iceberg, man. 8:00 tonight, man, we're going to get even more information about who, what, when, where, and we can get after it. But checking out the international schedule this year, NFL, man, so far, at least the ones that have been released, I like it. I like what we're seeing, man. It's a little bit different though, right? Obviously, when we're talking about the Minnesota Vikings, we know that they're going to be doing the whole back-to-back out there, which is kind of nuts, but not just back-to-back in the sense of like we've seen with the Jacksonville Jaguars, who we always say, right, y'all the London Jags, man, go get your fish and chips, right? But it's like, man, with Jacksonville, was it last year and the year before that was the first time you saw them play 2 games back-to-back in the same location. And that was part of why we say, man, if you know when you're doing your bets and your picks, if you pick your international games, whoever is the team that gets to stay that second week, that's the team you want to pick to go ahead and win that second game, man, because they're the fresher team. They're already acclimated to the climate, to the time difference and everything along those lines. So that's the thing for me, man, that I'm just like, all right, I can see that. I can see that being a little pretty cool right there. Be a little cool right there. But with Minnesota, though, man, them having to do the 2 games, man, in 2 separate countries, I think is rather unique. And shout out to Steelers Girl 808. She says that it will be 3 a.m. when the Steelers are playing at 9 a.m. over in Dublin, Ireland. 9:30 a.m. over in Dublin, Ireland, man. So shout out. But yeah, man, Minnesota, man, they're going to, like I said, have us week 4. And then week 5, they're going to go ahead and hit London town, the UK, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. All right. Minnesota versus Cleveland. So they getting back-to-back AFC North. Weeks 4 and week 5 overseas, which I do like, man. Hey, look, hopefully by then Cleveland might know what their quarterback situation is or not. 5 weeks, maybe they have all the quarterbacks get a chance. All right, Flacco, you get first game. Kenny Pickett. All right, Dylan Gabriel. Deshaun, you feeling good or not? How the Achilles? Nope. All right, bet. Then from there, man, go. Shador, you get some of this too, man, while you're here, man. So we will see what they look like by week 5. But yeah. I'm like, okay, all right. I like the international element of it. Now this one, but it's weird. I have to remember that Justin Fields is in New York with the Jets now. Because as I'm looking at this Broncos and Jets matchup, which will be week 6, also in London, in the UK, I was like, man, Broncos and Jets, that's kind of like a weird matchup, man. I ain't really feeling that all the way. I'm glad you're throwing that to the international crowd. But then I'm like, you got Justin Fields. Just got paid. A lot of optimism surrounding him after, the 6-game performance he put together this season. And then you look at Bo Nix, who was able to lead his team to the postseason as a rookie, right? So you're putting 2 young quarterbacks. In terms of brands of teams, though, I'm like, Jets, I don't really think of them as like an international brand. I don't think of like that. Broncos either to an extent. But as a whole, they just like, yo, got to give them that. But Broncos, man, don't sleep on the Broncos, though. They are trying to become a little bit bigger of a brand here. All right. Shout out to Sean Payton and company because, we're going to come back to them in a little bit. All right. They got an international game, but they also got one of them big boy holiday games, too. All right. We're going to talk about that because we got some of those games already leaked I ain't saying leaked. I'm stopping it. No. Told y'all. I ain't saying nothing dealing with anything like that for the next week. Or however long that trial going, all right? Because holy smokes. But yeah, we do know some games have already been revealed to us, all right? Alrighty. Then after that, man, we do have the week 7. They have all the international games. So we're just gonna continue to read through those real quick, man, as we get a little bit of a little reaction time here. Okay. But let's see. Week 7. Now you get Jacksonville getting back to their home. All right. Tapping in the London town. But you have the Rams versus the Jaguars, week 7, man. That'll obviously be at Wembley Stadium for that one. Another 9:30 a.m. kickoff. That's the only thing I don't like about some of these international games. That 9:30 hit different when you East Coast. I've done the West Coast thing, when I'm visiting fam out there. And they're accustomed to, games starting in the morning like that because 1 o'clock Eastern time, obviously we know, is early on the West side, right? 3-hour time difference. So they're used to, wake up, breakfast while game is being played. That ain't how we do on the East Coast, baby. I want my ball played at noon. Noon is the earliest I want to see it kick off, man. All right? Noon. I really prefer 1 o'clock or later. All right. We like to ease into our mornings on the east side, man. Not all this 9 a.m. Hey, go hit somebody in the face. I know you ain't brushed your teeth just yet. You still got OJ over there, but you just go hit. Just go. No. I want to be done with brunch. All right, I want to be getting ready for the lunchtime frame. Now I was like, all right, ready to go hit somebody? All right, now let's go to work. All right. Just throwing it out there. But shout out to them early risers on the west side, man. Like I said, I can't complain. All right. I'm not going to complain. You heard about Steelers Great sit 3:30 a.m., 3 a.m., right? We know it's plenty of West Coast people out here that tap in with the show. All right. Won't want no parts. I'm good. I'm still on the East Coast, though. All right. Week 10, we get another cool matchup here in terms of young quarterbacks or interesting teams, nonetheless. The Atlanta Falcons, obviously with Michael Penix Jr., obviously had a really, really impressive rookie season when he finally got a chance to take over the reins. So the optimism is high surrounding the Falcons and what they're going to potentially be able to do in Raheem Moore's second year as the head coach down there. But then you got the Colts. Big time year for them when you're talking Anthony Richardson, right? What's the evaluation? What are they anticipating him developing into? And then you remember who they just brought in and gave a nice little contract to is Daniel Jones, former first-round pick, starting quarterback, $40 million per year dude with the Giants, right? So I don't know which one by week 10 will be the starter. All right, if this was like week 5, I'd be like, oh, yeah, man, be the young guy. But it's like week 10, I'm like, who knows? But that game is actually going to be in Berlin, Germany right there, man. So shout out to Germany, man. I do like the expansion of the international games, though, in terms of us continuing to have a foothold, man, because that to me is the difference a little bit globally when we're talking like NBA, MLB brands versus NFL brands. NFL, man, we are so dominant in North America, but we hardly ever up until, these past couple of seasons, past 5 years ago, when we really started to put more and more emphasis on expanding that international foothold. So we're tapping into more fans in Mexico, tapping into fans over in Germany, the EU area. Like I said, when I was playing, man, it was, you're going to play in Canada, the Toronto game. That was like the international element of it, right? Now, man, these dudes, man, they're really getting a chance to expand here. And I think it's a beautiful thing, man, for the game. And I think it's only going to make this thing bigger. Because now you're going to get more international players, man, that are introduced to the game, man. Different programs started up overseas, which we already do in terms of the NFL, right? In terms of, it's called football abroad, right? So where you're just introducing new people to the game, man. And that's how you get these cool storylines where you hear about the different guys that, oh, where'd this guy come from? Oh, man, they found him over here. Oh, where'd that guy come from? Oh, they found him over here. How does it start? This type of stuff right here, man. Just planting a seed, right? Just introducing them to it. But from there, man, week 11. All right, shout out to week 11. It's the final international game as well. But let's see. Washington Commanders, right? Jaden Daniels, we obviously know he had those boys in the NFC Championship game last year where they obviously fell to the Eagles, right? Shout out to that whole, if y'all remember that game, was it Frankie Louvu, right? My man was like, yo, I'm going to jump all sides every time on this here tush push until y'all do something different. I loved it, man. I loved it. But those guys will be playing on week 6, or like I said, week 11 at 9:30 a.m. And this will be in Madrid, Spain. All right. So you think about it, man. We're in Spain, Berlin, Germany, London, UK multiple times. And then, of course, Dublin, Ireland. to me, man, that's a beautiful thing right there. But even the Commanders and Dolphins game, storylines with that. Like I said, we talk about the optimism surrounding the Commanders, but then you obviously have Debo joining them as well. That's a big name. You got Tua Tagovailoa, Tyreek Hill, as it stands today, still on the roster. Except if y'all want to send him to go to old black and gold now. I can use a fast, a little speedy, edgy receiver. All right, we know how to deal with him. Okay, but that's for another day. But you got, Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, you have Tua. So like I said, man, those are the type of things that when you're thinking about the international games, at least gives you a reason to tap in if you're going to be up that early. All right. Some of y'all on the West Coast, y'all already up that early. Like you said, for me, I'm a little bit of I like to ease into my mornings, especially on my weekends, man. I got kids in school. You know, when you got kids in school, that's like you wake up every day, 6 a.m. You're like, bro, wake up at 6 a.m. I'm tired. Wake up at 6 a.m. man. Dang. But let's get it, man. Don't forget to hit that like button either, man, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Sticking with the schedule release, or at least the games that we know of as of, right now when we are dropping this thing here live. All right. Shout out. But we also have the kickoff game for the year, man, in terms of when the NFL season will officially start week 1. Thursday night game, man. September 4th, man. You're getting Cowboys and Eagles. And why is that game important? Well, like we said, we know it starts off the official NFL season, right? Regular season, week 1. But we also get a chance to see one of our former black and gold guys, in his first time in Dallas, right? Rocking the gear, playing the game. Now, obviously, the game is in Philadelphia. They'll be doing the banner drop. And oddly enough, man, it is such a cool experience to be at a banner drop game. It just sucks when you don't win the banner drop game or the banner is not being dropped because of you. But it is really cool, though, man. Like, we obviously had a chance to be a part of a home opener game, or season opener game like this when the Patriots won the Super Bowl. And that was the 2016 or 2016 season, if I remember correctly, man. We opened up week 1 up there or is that 2015? Excuse me, that was 2015. We opened up on the road in New England, and like I said, banner drop game. It was insanely cool, man. A lot of pomp and circumstance, man. But it'll be cool to see how GP, does in his first official outing with the Dallas Cowboys, man. So I know I will be watching that. I know my folks, man. My folks, Cowboy fans, they can't help themselves. All right, just them, not me anymore. I've learned. All right, I've learned from my shortcomings in life. But definitely shout out to that game, though, man, for it to be the NFL kickoff. And once again, you got two marquee brands, too, man. When you're talking Cowboys, you're talking Eagles. Then we got some Monday Night Football action that's already been released as well. Eagles once again tapping in with this early release. Like I said, we will see more and more of, is it just one Monday night game on this week? Or are we going to have multiple games? We know typically at the beginning of the season, week 1, week 2, you're going to get, 2 to 3 Monday night games back to back. Now, they've been doing them on different channels and sometimes doing them at the same time, which I have a personal grievance with. But as a whole, it is cool that we are getting multiple options, multiple games. But week 10, they announced the Monday night game between Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. Another rematch for them dudes, man. They done played a couple of times. That was the wild card matchup last year. They also, if I remember correctly, they had the oh my God, I don't know. Was it? I don't know. No, they did play. They had the Brazil game. I was about to say that was the other one they had. Yep, they absolutely did, man. So I was like, yeah, they've played a couple of times, man, over these past couple of seasons, man, where it's kind of mattered a little bit more. We've had a little bit more eyes on these games, man. So I think that is cool, man, to go ahead and put them two together in prime time. You got two very exciting young quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, and then you think about some of the draft picks that were added. Green Bay had their first time having a wide receiver in the first round in how many years? All right. So all of those things I think will be cool. I can't wait to see how many Monday night games we're gonna have. All right. That's the part. I'm like, yo, y'all just gave us week 10. And you ain't get another one. Come on, man. All right. Couple hours away. And then we also have some of our holiday games. Got to talk that, right? Thanksgiving. Shout out to Thanksgiving. We obviously know when it comes to Thanksgiving, two things are true. Cowboys always play and the Lions always play. All right. Usually Packers in there too, but sometimes they rotate them off. But right now, the game that they released thus far is the Chiefs versus the Cowboys. And the Chiefs are interesting here, man. They're getting the Pittsburgh Steelers treatment from back when we was playing, man, where it was like literally every holiday you're playing, you're in all the primetime spots, you're must-see TV. And this is when Coach Tomlin would say it's a 5-star matchup because we're in it. That's this Chiefs vibe right here, man. Those dudes playing at Dallas on Thanksgiving Day, the 4:30 game, which to me is like that best time slot for the holiday games. All right. But that's going to be fire. We'll see GP again in the big boy prime time and Jerry's World. That'll be nuts right there. So while we over there eating turkey, unless we got one of these games on Thanksgiving. Hopefully we can step off them holidays, right? Because we done had some holiday games with these past couple of years too. All right. But with that though, it's like, man, I like that. Cause Mahomes, that's always must see TV. And them dudes just lost in the Super Bowl. So we'll see his revenge too is looking like. But I do like that though, man. And we'll wait and see who else. Like I said, they announced because there are always multiple games on Thanksgiving. But don't be surprised if you see Bears, Lions, or Packers. All right. But you definitely gonna get Lions up there. Lions up there in some capacity. All right. And lifted ones. We've been embarrassed on some recent holiday games, but not all holiday games. Heck, we could bring up the Kenny Pickett holiday game, and that's more recent than, 4 years ago. We won that one. The freezing cold game with Christmas. We had the Christmas. We had the Mason Rudolph saving us on Christmas. That was a positive as well, man. I'm about to say, so I know we like to just only think about bad, what wouldn't, what didn't, but can we also think about actually we did get dubs. I remember Mason Rudolph saving Christmas. We was over here. Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. They was even playing in the stadium. I'll never forget it, man. So we out on holidays, man. All right. We actually do go on holidays and in prime time. If you know, you know. Real good at prime time, all right? So with that, though, man, like, yeah, shoot. I'm even thinking back. Like I said, I know when I was out here, one of my best Christmases was 2016, Color Rush game. What are we talking about? Immaculate Extension. I will never forget. What? Yeah, man. I ain't tripping on that. Did plenty of Thanksgiving games, man. We did get the turkey legs out there. All right. So yeah, man. Yep. Like I said, man, we be taking care of business, man. It might not make you feel all sexy inside because we won't score 1,000 points, but don't forget that overall great feeling of it was a victory on the holiday. All right. Yeah. Shout out though, man. Shout out. And something that they introduced, the NFL did last year, the Black Friday element of it, right? In terms of some of those games. But once again, the Eagles, shout out to the Eagles, man. These dudes, they're also getting that cheap. When you win the Super Bowl, man, yes. Or you're one of those teams that are deemed as contenders like that, you are in hot spots week after week after week. And trust me, lifted ones, I miss us dominating teams too. I do. But let's not lose sight of what the main goal is. The main goal isn't to dominate. The main goal is to win. Dominating is the icing on the cake, but we still got the cake. If we only focus on the icing and you lose the cake, then it's like, yo, you got great icing, but what you put it on? You just over there which figure. You know what I mean? So we gonna get there. It's coming back. But we had to get the cake first. Got the cake. All right. Shout out to the cake. But yeah, man, let's get it. But yeah, man, Bears at Eagles, week 13. They will have the Black Friday game, man, November 28th at 3 p.m. So anybody that's out there trying to get deals, I don't know if if it's still like you go in person thing, because I know like for a while now they've been dropping them online little deals, and it ain't even just like a Black Friday. It's almost like Black Friday month. Like, yeah. So shout out to the deals. All right. Shout out to the deals. But either way, if you are out there, man, and you fighting against the crowds, man, around 3:00, man, you got some TV action. All right. You have something to distract you on Black Friday. Or if you're recovering from being out there shopping first thing in the morning, and now you woke up from your little mid-morning nap, 3:00, you got some action. All right. So shout out to those guys right there, man. But I'm digging the schedule. So far, so good. In terms of what we do know, from there, week 16, we do got a little bit of a double header. And once again, the games that were already released. The Philadelphia Eagles. Like I said, Eagles are going to be on everything. Eagles, Chiefs, man. All right. You got Eagles at the Commanders. They'll be on the first part of the week 16 Saturday doubleheader that we will be having on December 20th. All right. And that game will, like I said, take place in Landover, Maryland, man. Eagles versus Commanders. rematch, NFC Championship game. You know, those division opponents, they're going to be playing all the time. But anytime you get a chance to, have it potentially isolated like this, and they haven't even announced the time of it, just the date, because it might be one of them nighttime things. That is always going to be fun just as a football consumer, right? We're all diehard Steelers fans, which we know. That's why we can do these type of shows year round, and we still have people, on at any time of the day from all around the world. And we all get in here. We got the chat, the community, and how we feel about it, because this is what we do, all right? But we also, some of us just enjoy watching it too. Like, it don't even have to be still. It's like, yo, I want to watch football when football is on. Like, that's my thing, So when I look at that game, I'm like, yo, that's a good matchup right there. Eagles, at least on paper. I'm like, yo, I like the roster. I like the storylines of both of them, man. Bad blood because of the championship game. Yeah, I could definitely dig that. And then you also have Packers at Bears on that day, man. Another division matchup, man. Caleb Williams, Jordan Love getting after it, man. He said, I'm digging that. I am a little feeling some type of way, though, that we only getting all this NFC action, man. And it's not that this is the only ones, but these are the games y'all wanted to release. Like, come on, bro. AFC matter way more than NFC. You know this. Why y'all playing like that, man? And how Bart Boscato says, I only watch Steelers games. I don't care about the other teams. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's the beauty of it, man. Everybody got their thing. Some people only want to watch black and gold. Me, like I said, I love watching all of it. I also use it to get information, man. It's like, man, I can only self-scout so much. I need to know what the opponents are doing too, right? I need to know what the trends are around the league. So some of that is also work-related. But, yeah, man, I got to watch it, man. If it's on, y'all, man, I talk about UFL. You catch what I'm saying? Like, I love football. Heck, this weekend I'm going to be providing color commentary for a girls flag football game. All right. I'm here. I do ball. All right. Some people just, ball. That's me. I'm a ball guy. All right. Big ball. Research, family, sneakers, and ball. All right. So shout out, man. But the final release that they gave us, at least for right now, on the official element, like I said, man, we ain't doing none of the unofficials just yet. All right. This is all on NFL.com. Officially official. But we do have the Christmas, at least one Christmas game released. We know usually they play a couple of games on Christmas. Steelers that had their games on Christmas. In fact, we were just out here on Christmas, man, facing this Chiefs team, where obviously it did not go the way that we would have liked it to have gone. But as a whole, man, I could dig it. Because you got Broncos at Chiefs on Christmas night, 8:15 p.m. Oh, so Chiefs got Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's big. Broncos International and Christmas. That's big. And then obviously Chiefs Broncos, man, we saw how close those games were at times last year with young Bo Nix, Sean Payton and company versus the Chiefs. So I can only imagine how much more competitive those games should be this year. But super excited about the games that have been released thus far. Like I said, as a consumer, I think that these should be pretty interesting, at least on paper. We'll obviously see how it looks health-wise, but as a whole, I like what we're seeing right now. I'm liking what we're seeing right now, all right? And hopefully y'all are as well, as we've been reacting and talking about some of these games that have already been released on schedule release day. And if that is the case, you already know that you'll hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel.